Hello, everyone. We are here together talking today about why listings matter. Why are they such a big deal? And there are some general thoughts around why listings are a big deal. Time value. They help leverage an agent's business overall. But we're going to talk about 4 key points of why listings matter so significantly. And this is like an all-around topic. Okay, so we're going to dive into these 4 key points. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here and show you all this information. And I think it's going. All right. Listings are the lifeblood of an agent's business. They can be if we utilize them and leverage them correctly. Are they in your business? So let's dive into these 4 reasons why listings matter. Number 1 is client representation. Number 2 is buyer attraction. Number 3 is public presentation. And number 4 is business building. It can be a real significant tool in building your business. When we look specifically at client representation, how you represent your client matters. It is huge. It is a huge focus on you as an agent, on the quality of work that you do, the service that you provide. It also can affect your future business, okay? How you run your listings is going to affect that client experience. And we know that client experience matters because somebody who has a great experience is going to say, yeah, I had a good experience. And if somebody asks them about it, they will tell them. But if somebody has a bad experience, they're going to tell anyone and everyone that they know. And so, especially in this day and age with real estate agents, people think, I can go sell my own house. I'm going to do it. I'm going to throw some photos on the MLS. I'm going to write up some documents or hire an attorney, and it's going to be no problem. We'll show the property, and they really don't know all the things that we do as real estate agents, okay? So how you show up for that listing, how you represent your client really does matter from a significant perspective. Number 2 is industry perception. When we look at our industry as a whole, like I said, a lot of people have that perception. I can throw a house on the MLS. I mean, not the MLS specifically. I can throw a house on the internet, no problem. I can take some photos. I can write a description. I can pick a price, and I can show my property, and I'm going to save myself thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. That's the day and age that we're in as real estate agents. So how we show up, how we list our properties, how we put them on the MLS, the comments that we make on there, the photos that we show, how we show up for our clients in negotiation with other agent representation as well. These things all matter and create a bigger picture. Your future business also matters when it comes to client representation. Like I said, when you represent a client really well, they might tell 1 or 2 people if they ask. But you can leverage your listings. Number 1, you can gain client testimonials, and you can market those testimonials. Yes, that's you putting the information out there. However, it is what other people have said about your business. Okay, so you can market that. You can market the story of that listing and the experience from start to finish of the listing, and you can use that to paint a picture of how you do business. And when you're trying to look for other opportunities to do business. Next, we have buyer attraction. Buyer attraction is a really big one because how you list will attract the right buyer or the wrong buyer, okay? Have you ever had a property listed and you just keep getting showing after showing after showing, but nobody makes an offer or nobody really grasps on to this property for whatever reason? This could be a reflection of how you've listed that property, communicating effectively, the photos that you represent. All of these things play a really big part in attracting the right buyer. Showings and offer ratio. If you're getting a lot of showings but no offer, this could actually be tied to your buyer attraction, which is housed in the listing. It's housed in how you show up in your photo representation, in your remarks, in the details that are offered. All of those things matter. It can show up in smoother transactions. When you attract the right buyer, you're going to have smoother transactions from the beginning because your details are in place, your seller expectations are set, you're able to communicate effectively to the buyer and what they're looking for. And so overall, you can have a much better experience for everybody involved. And then obviously when we attract the right buyer, we have faster closing times, okay? And that obviously says a lot for the work that we do, the data that we pull, the expectations that we set with our seller and with the market when we're marketing that listing. All of those things matter. Public presentation is number 3, okay? Now, this one, and I did go in order because number 1 is seller representation. How we represent our sellers absolutely matters, and that is number 1 when we are listing properties, always, okay? Public presentation, though, is a big play into our industry as a whole. Many of these lawsuits could go away if we would do a better job of presenting ourselves as professionals. If we did a better job of showing up and saying, no, this is how I represent my clients. This is how I list properties. This is why photography is important. This is why remarks are important. This is why the details are important. This is why communication with the seller, with the buyer, with other agents, with the title company, with the lender, all of these pieces are so critical and important. You do that. You do that for your seller every time you list a property. But it also creates a public presentation of how we as real estate agents should be showing up for our clients and for our industry. And then buyers and sellers will talk. They will say, oh, I'm glad I used an agent because XYZ. And when this came up, I am glad that my agent stood up for me in this situation or figured out how to handle this situation and problem solve it. Or the buyer came with this need and we jumped this hurdle, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay? Buyers and sellers will talk. They will talk maybe not to each other, but they will talk to friends, to neighbors, to family. They will talk to media. They will talk to other real estate agents. They will talk. As a business building tool, listings can be a gold mine, okay? Number 1, we can build our portfolios with our listings. We showcase with our listings how we work. We build testimonials with how we work, with the job that we do, with the stories that come out of that start to finish process. It matters. We can use the marketing pieces to attract new opportunities in listings, okay? With sellers, with buyers, and with partners. Partners being title companies, lenders, appraisers, repair people, anybody that is not the buyer, the seller, or the other agent becomes a partner to you. Staging people, photographers, videographers. I've had many referrals over the years that came from my partners, okay? Came from lenders, came from title companies, came from agents from out of the area because, you know, when I referred somebody or somebody moved to their area and then they had somebody come into my area, it all works threefold to be able to have this business go back and forth. And you never know where these transactions are going to come from, but the work that you do and how you showcase that work absolutely shows up in all of these facets. And when you use these pieces as a business building tool, it becomes much easier to be able to paint these pictures and to really showcase your work And again, that comes from building your portfolio, building these stories, building your marketing pieces. All of these things matter and play into a big count. Okay. Now, where we get our listings matters as well, okay? Right now I have a free download. It's called 101 Listing Lead Ideas. And I will put the link to this download in the comments below so you can download it for free. But let's talk a little bit about lead sources, okay? Now, I'm not one to tell you that you have to cold call or you have to door knock or you have to send mailers or you have to network, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I am a firm believer that everybody has their own personality, and if you love the way you prospect, you will thrive in this industry. Business will come your way, and you will love your business. You will be in it for the long haul. If you try to fit yourself into a box where somebody says you have to cold call and you are not a cold caller, that is me. I am not a cold caller, okay? If you try to fit yourself into that box, you're going to really hate those hours of your business that you have to sit down and do it. You're going to look for everything else. You will go scrub toilets before you sit down and make those calls if you're not absolutely dedicated to doing things that you don't love. Okay, I love networking and people and conversations. And so if I'm out going to a networking event, you better believe that's going to be on my calendar and I'm going to look forward to it and be excited to do it. But there's many, many, many ways for you to get leads. And so I put together this list to spark your ideas for you to be able to go, you know what, I like this one and this one and this one. Circle some of those ideas and put effort and energy into those areas. When you start putting effort and energy into those areas, you're naturally going to grow your business, okay? Let me come back to, there we go. Am I back? I think I'm back. Okay. When you love your business, when you are getting leads that you love working with, that fit your personality a little bit more significantly, then you can build a lasting real estate business. One that will start feeding you leads naturally or organically down the road. That might not be where you're at right now, but you can get there. Absolutely. Okay. I've been in real estate for over 14 years. And I've watched my business grow. I have learned in the trenches. And when I saw a need that real estate hasn't really changed in the last 14 years, as far as when a new agent comes in and needs to be trained on how to list properties, there really isn't a lot of training. And that's how Real Estate Listing Masters got started. So I also, in the comments, am going to put an invitation, a link for you to join our free private Facebook group. It's for real estate agents specifically, where we deep dive into some of these topics, where we have training opportunities available. But we also network as listing agents to be able to get ideas from each other and cross market, right? This isn't just for one state or one city. This is much larger than that. So I invite you to join that group as well. And like I said, those links will both be in the comments for either of these. I hope this information was helpful. Please don't be overwhelmed. There can be a lot of information. Listings are complex, but they don't have to be complicated, okay? So follow us for more tips and tricks, and I hope to see you list many, many, many more properties in the future. Talk to you soon.